inside.
When I die, I just take with me the life that I lived.
I started when I was 11 years old.
Be a lesson to all mankind.
The people are smugglers. They only care about money.
1 million people could die in 100 days.
Good morning to everybody. I'm so excited here on the June solstice to welcome you to the Three Generations Summer for Us solstice. This is whether we're in the Northern Hemisphere or the Southern Hemisphere, this is a moment where we bring light in, or we acknowledge the role of light in the universe and the gifts that light and sun bring to us. But I am probably the least equipped person to speak about this. But I mention light because our work at Three Generations covers a lot of very dark subjects. So being able to bring in practitioners who practice the appreciation of light and beauty and happiness and harmony and sort of our global brother and sisterhood is really exciting and important to me. And I hope that whatever this event is for us and for you, that it is something positive and life and soul enhancing. So with that, I would like to introduce our guests here. First of all, I'm delighted to introduce Alex Stark, who is my old dear friend and a feng shui master, a geomancer, and I've just found out also a very good matchmaker. It's his new side gig. So welcome, Alex, and where are you, Alex?
I'm in Florida.
Great. And also here in my screen down on the left is Puma Quispe, who is down in Chinchero, Peru, with his beautiful fire on the mountain and is going to do our solstice ceremony. But first, I want to also bring in my dear friend Nadia Zilka, who is also the board chair of Three Generations, but also a practitioner in her own practice and her own tradition. And she's going to do a Diksha blessing for us first. So Nadia.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much, Jane, for inviting me to participate in this great panel. And welcome everyone to our celebration of the summer solstice. And let's not forget that this year we're celebrating International Yoga Day as well. Yoga started in India, as everyone knows, and my practice started itself in India. So before we move into Puma's solstice ceremony, I'd like to give you a Diksha blessing, which is a transference of divine grace, which Sri Pritaji and Sri Krishnaji, my teachers from India, have initiated me to give. My life literally changed when I first received the blessing in 2009, and I became a much happier person. Diksha calms my mind. It quietens my inner brain. It leads me to a sense of expansion and to an inner world where I feel my personal divine as my friend guiding me. My states of suffering, anxiety, and comparison dissolve, and I move into beautiful, serene states of mind and feel flow in my life. So I don't know, I imagine that feels good for everyone. And I'd love to share this blessing with you now. So we'll first center our bodies, chant a mantra, the Ekam mantra together, which I will teach you, and visualize golden light entering our body as I give Diksha. So if you would just close your eyes, sit with your spine erect, relax your shoulders, relax your face, And touch the tips of your finger to the tip of your thumb, and place your arms facing upwards on your legs. Bring your awareness to your heart and take 7 conscious breaths into your heart and move into a state of calm. Feel your heart becoming filled with the compassion of the divine. We'll now chant the Eka mantra 7 times to prepare us to connect to our personal divine. The Eka mantra is Hamsa Soham Ekam, and it literally means I am in the divine is in me, we are one. And you don't need to chant, obviously, you can just follow along, but keep this meaning in your heart as I chant. I am in the divine is in me, we are one. Hamsa Soham Ekam. 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 As you now receive the blessing, pray and ask the divine to transfer grace into your body. Visualize a golden light entering your heart and flooding your heart and body as you receive the Diksha blessing for peace and abundance. Feel the energies assimilate in your body. Take a deep breath in. Place a gentle smile on your face. And when you feel ready, you may open your eyes. So I think there's always a lot more to explore there, but before I'm just so excited to be here, to be about to watch Puma's ceremony of the sun.
Thank you. My wonderful family, my wonderful community, infinite gratitude. Thank you so much. Happy to be here with you in ceremony from the mountaintops of Chinchero. In a few minutes, we're going to be receiving the first rays of the sun as our Father's Sun will be rising into this powerful solstice, into this new life, blessing us all with its cosmic light, with its divine light. So at that moment, I'm going to actually have our team move the camera towards the east so that you can see the first rays of the sun coming into our lives, into our families and our communities for our whole planet. Powerful blessings of love, of wellness, of absolute liberation, of connection and communion with Pachamama. I have here ready in the seashell the coca leaves, the Palo Santo, and the special incense that will go to the sacred fire in all of our name, praying for everything that we need in these times in our lives. For some of our people in the communities, we need healing, protection from these hard processes we've been having with the pandemics. For some people, we need protection from emotional stress, from fear, from self doubt, from guilt. Absolute liberation of these heavy processes that we're going through. For some of our family, we need to pray for food on the table, for the hunger to stop. For some of our families, we need to pray for them to fulfill their dreams, for them to be able to be of best service to the family, to the community, through whatever art, through whatever um, service that they have and they can manifest. So we're going to be offering this sacred offering to the sacred fire in this solstice to welcome these new times, these new cycles. For us here in the Andes, winter solstice is New Year's. We are giving gratitude for the learnings, for the teachings that we have received and experienced in the past. We're giving deep gratitude for all the processes we have had until this moment that mark the foundation of our spiritual evolution. We need to be grateful for the challenges that we have had that made us stronger, wiser, and fully awake. And we need to welcome into these new cycles with strong power of will, absolute clarity, so that we can be of best service to our family and our community. We need to welcome this new cycle, this new year, with a lot of abundance, prosperity, abundant love, abundant joy, abundant happiness. We need to welcome this new cycle, this new year into unconditional love so that we can open our hearts and we can share with each other unconditionally this life, which is a miracle, this magical process of life that we have here, and our journey of the soul and our journey of the spirit. We are in our communities constantly in ceremony and constantly in communion with Pachamama. We are always in ceremony. So, first, we're going to receive the rays of the sun. First, we're going to welcome these powerful rays into our lives. As you're going to receive this light, please open your hearts, visualize yourselves inside a crystal, and As a crystal being, you will be vibrating in your highest frequencies, in your most evolved energy. And as you're receiving this light, pray not only for yourselves, but also pray for our family, for our community, for all the people that we love. Pray for the planetary family. We have elders, we have children who are vulnerable in these times, and they need help, they need support, they need healing. So pray for all of our elders and our children. Pray for all the women. We just celebrated Father's Day, and in the celebration of Father's Day, we also celebrate the divine feminine. Single mothers who also are um, father and mother in many homes. So always healing and helping the divine feminine as we are healing Pachamama, Mother Earth. So in this way, with these sacred prayers, we are transmitting what we call Sami, highly refined energy, throughout our planet, throughout our family, our community, and for them all to receive these powerful blessings. We're going to be also welcoming in these new times powerful blessings for 3 generations, for all our family, for all our community within 3 generations, for the wonderful projects that they have throughout the planet, helping and supporting communities, helping and supporting families. We're going to also pray for all of our brothers and sisters who are constantly in service, supporting and helping our communities. We're also going to pray for my brother Alex, for my sister who is here present um, in this panel, for all your families, for my sister Jane, for the whole family, for the health, for the well-being. Infinite blessings of love, of happiness, of light. So for a few minutes, for this first rays of the sun, as it's going to be reaching this mountain, we're going to be moving towards the east. For that, we're going to first give an offering to Pachamama, to our Father Sun. Taitainti, Pachamama, yapang apukuna ukuna rualkuna, hampuy, hampuy, hampuy. Apu ausangate apu salkantay, ilampu, ilimani, mama Simona, senka, korkor, apu antakilka, sawasiray pitosiray, antanomah, antasaka, wakahwilka, Llapang apunchiskuna, Pumawangka, Chikong, Kankunapaq tukuy sonqa tukuy munakuywan, kay sumaq k'intu, kay inti raymi p'unchaypi, saminchay, kallpanchay, tullunchay, yawarchay, llapang wayqipanaykunata. We have given our offering to the sacred fire. We have given our offering to our Pachamama. It never goes one way. Immediately we are receiving powerful blessings in return, powerful gifts back for us. Immediately we are receiving the light of our Father Sun, of our Pachamama back. Receive these powerful blessings in our lives manifested as love, as good health, as a spiritual awakening, spiritual liberation, and also abundant love, abundant joy, abundant manifestations of everything and anything that you need in your life. Thank you. We will be changing our camera towards the east as soon as we are able to receive the first rays of the sun. We will continue with our session with my brother Alex for now.
Alex, that was so great so far. Tell us about the solstice.
Yes, thank you for the this opportunity to support Uma and Naja in the celebration of the solstice. And I wanted to draw our attention to the fact that we're simultaneously celebrating the summer and winter solstices. The concept of a global family that Puma has presented so eloquently over the last years is very dear to me, because it represents a coming together of disparities, of inequalities, of differences, of categories. And right now, many of us are in the Northern Hemisphere, many of us in the Southern Hemisphere, and I want to invite you all to make yourself aware in your heart, in your mind, in your body, that these two opposites are happening simultaneously, that there are blessings of many types always streaming into the planet. It's one planet. And like everything that is real, everything that is natural, it contains within it the two opposite poles, the polarity that creates totality, unity, and blessings. In the Northern Hemisphere, we're approaching the moment when the energy is at its highest. Spring has finished. The plants, natural growth, the animals have reproduced. Fruit is about to be formed in the tree, is forming in the tree, waiting for the fall when it will be harvested. So this is the peak moment when all our aspirations can find their proper release, where our talents, our gifts, our intelligence, our love can manifest also on behalf of those around us. In the meantime, in the Southern Hemisphere, they're at the opposite pole of energy. All of the energies are gathered. The seed is now closed. It's dark. It's hidden, in fact. So all the processes are subconscious, hidden, covered. The underworld reigns, whereas up here, the overworld reigns. Up in the Northern Hemisphere, the overworld reigns. So in this consciousness that's global, that's planetary, in fact, we have to also understand that this happens by virtue of the larger universe, of the sun, the moon, the planets, the stars, so that our consciousness can also expand to include all of that. So I encourage you to do that at this moment. When Puma turns the camera to face the sun, it's not just the sun that we're welcoming the entire of existence, the entire of creation. And that, by the way, is what makes us powerful. That is what provides us with the fuel for love. Love and power are one thing. And the power in us manifests, of course, in our service, in our love, in our community, in our families, in our self-love, and the care we take for ourselves, for the world around us, for the people that we love. To me, this is the journey of life. And it's manifested most clearly in this moment at the solstices. In Europe, in Britain, Ireland, Switzerland, Germany, all of the northern countries, North America, big bonfires will be built today and in the subsequent days, celebrating the presence of fire. In other places, it'll be the ice. The ice will be welcomed, that coldness, as a manifestation of the potential of life. So I invite you to simply take a deep breath and to hold it, allowing the power of this duality, of the visible to the invisible, of the high, of the low, of the front and the back, the left and the right, to permeate you as you slowly exhale through your mouth. And with that breath that you have cast on the planet, you also bless everything that surrounds you and give back the blessings that you have received from sun, moon, and nature back to them. Hamsa, Soham, Ekam. We are one.
Man, wir funktionieren hoch. Ja, Boltakshe, Papa, Boltakshe.
Puma, we're back with you.
Thank you, my wonderful family. We're going to be turning the, well, not yet, because we still have these. We're up at the mountains in the east. We have a powerful mountain called Antequilca, which gives us a little extra time for the sunrise. So it's beautiful. In the meantime, I want to highlight what my brother Alex has shared. The land of the condor and the land of the eagle is how the north and south hemispheres were acknowledged in ancient times. And there are prophecies that support that vision, that reality. In spirit, people of the north and the south are always together in a constant communion, in a constant flight together, the land of the north and the land of the south. And as you are receiving in the north the sacred summer solstice, here in the south we're receiving the winter solstice. For us, our father's sun has journeyed farthest north, and now it's going to start journeying towards the south. And in that journey, the journey becomes the journey of the sacred feminine, blessing Pachamama, blessing the divine feminine, all our sisters, from the oldest to the youngest throughout our planet. We just received all of our harvest, so we're in deep gratitude for the abundant production we have received this year. And Mother Earth goes into resting process until the equinox in September, when we're going to start seeding again. So for the people of the South, deep gratitude for all the blessings we have received. And for our people of the North, be very generous in planting. Be very generous in seeding everything that you want to harvest abundantly in your life. And in these times of this powerful solstice time, we must reconnect with the belief that our Inca people had. They believed we were children of the sun. We are children of the light. We are carriers of a timeless lineage of the light. So for us, as the Father's Son is our cosmic Father, our is God manifested physically as our Father in the cosmos, we're going to be receiving all the blessings that we can consciously manifest in our life. So for that, please be very generous with yourselves. Ask for everything that you want to manifest abundantly. Any questions, anything that you would like to highlight or me to go deeper into, you can ask now, my wonderful family.
Puma, this doesn't quite have anything to do, but how warm or cold is it where you are?
Here in the mountains, Jane, we have had temperatures of 10 degrees below 0 Celsius. At this point right now, it must be 5 degrees. It's not quite warm yet, but it's still pretty cold. It's nice to have the sacred fire warming us. With the black tobacco, we're going to open up the portals of awakening, the portals of self-realization. And at the time that the sun is rising and you're receiving its first rays, you need to say, I am. You need to say your name. I am Puma. And then you need to proclaim everything that you want to manifest in your life abundantly. Like, I am love, I am light, I am service, I am ceremony, I am compassion, I am solidarity, I am reciprocity, and everything that you are. So that's why we're opening up these sacred portals with the black tobacco. We're up at 4,300 meters above sea level, about 13,000 and a half feet above sea level in these secret mountaintops. The mountain range behind me is the longest chain of mountains in the planet. It goes all the way from Tierra del Fuego down in Chile up to the Rockies in the northern hemisphere, known also as the spine backbone of Pachamama. So we're right on the flow of the most powerful energy throughout our planet. So it's powerful life, vitality, sublime energy being transmitted from here for all of you.
Wow. Okay. Puma, we do have a question here from your sister Susan, which is, how do you stay positive in the face of so much darkness? It's the first question.
It is effortless. Thank you for that question. In order to be of best service to your family and your community, these are the times we have been in training for, generation after generation, ever since the times of our ancestors. We're going to be turning the camera towards the east now because our father's sun is going to be rising any minute now. So, in these times, for the well being of our family, of our community, we must stay positive because that's only how we can be of best service. Otherwise, we're not of good service to our family and our community. It is very important that we take this strength from Pachamama, from the cosmos, to stay in the light and to stay positive, to stay in love, so that we can be present for our family and for our community. So we are triply positive for ourselves, for our family, and our community. Kinat kumay. Kinat kumay. in the mountaintops of Chinchero, and all along the sacred valley of the Incas, throughout the Andes, today is a big day of celebration, is a big day of party. We're celebrating the return of our Father's Son with infinite blessings. You know how our fathers can be very generous. We are celebrating the start of a new cycle of new beginnings. Millions of people throughout the Andes are in ceremony right now, connected with us, and we're connected with them. Powerful prayers, powerful presence, acknowledging that life is very sacred, honoring that life is a miracle, and that while we are here in this life, we can always be of best service to our family, to our community, to our planet. Being the best guardians of Pachamama, preserving and being stewards of life on this planet. All the way from these sacred mountaintops, we are praying for each one of you, for all of our families and all of our communities. As our Father's Son is rising, is reminding us where we come from, who we are, and why we are here. Timpoy taytainti. Sumak unchay, sumak wata, musuk kausay. Saminchay, kalpanchay, tullunchay, awarchay. Llapan o masikunata. Tejse moyon timpi. Welcome to this new life. Welcome to this new cycle. Welcome to this new day. Infinite blessings, my wonderful family, my wonderful community. Remember who you are. Remember where you come from. And say it to yourself as you visualize yourself inside a crystal. I am. I am, and then your name. I am light. I am love. Unconditional love. I am vitality. I am absolute freedom. I am infinite service. I am always in ceremony. I am always in gratitude. Ya está. Amarja. Thank you, Jane. Thank you, Alex. Beautiful sunrise.
Thank you. Thank you, Puma. That was perfect. So beautiful.
Good team.
That music.
Amazing. Just when you think it will never come, it suddenly, miraculously, there it is.
Those are the gifts, right?
Yeah. I think that we all wish we were there in Peru, in Chinchero with you at this moment, Puma. But I have a message here from somebody who's watching who said, as the sun rises in Peru, it is disappearing here behind cloud cover. It was a beautiful sunrise. It has been shining in my eyes during the ceremony. And then at the exact moment it came up there, the cloud came in Montreal. So that sort of shows the whole yin and yang of this, doesn't it? And that friend had a question, which Puma, maybe you and Alex can answer, which is, how are the prayers different for the summer solstice versus the winter solstice?
Oh, that's a good question. In the summer solstice, we're entering into the masculine cycle of production, of fertility, and that's the time when we are aligning ourselves with the divine masculine. And in the winter solstice for us, we are aligning ourselves with the divine feminine because we just had harvest. And we're entering into a time where Mother Earth goes through a process of rest. In the Andes, in the ancient times, during these next 2 months before September, nobody was allowed to have sexual relations with the divine feminine because Mother Earth is resting. And you would ask permission for her divine feminine all the month of August, and in September is when you would start receiving with sexual alchemy new life. So there is a process of extra nurturing, honoring, and acknowledging the divine feminine in these next months, giving her lots of gifts, giving her a lot of ease in her emotional process. She can't be too worried, she can't be too stressed, she can't be afraid. So I guess that would be the differences I can highlight.
Very, very cool. Thank you. Thank you. Alex, Nadia, do you want to chip in or chime in here?
You know, one little thing that's interesting historically for Western Hemisphere people and Northern people, of course, is the fact that a lot of the Greek medical practices that began modern medicine and the illusion mysteries in the caves of Greece. They used the winter solstice as a time to incubate healing processes. So they would take the sick, the worried, the anxious, the fearful into caves, and hopefully the cave also had an underground water course of some sort, like an underground river. And they would lay them down on stone tables. They were cold, and of course it was cold also outside. And then they would encourage dream. So the person would go into a dream state, and through the dream they would receive messages from the spirit world as to the potential outcomes, the potential cures, the potential therapies that people would go through. So the winter solstice and winter in general were used as a way to promote that type of healing. So it's a way of going internally. And a lot of the rituals in the northern hemisphere, of course, in the winter solstice had to do with that, with looking for light inside the darkness. So almost like a seed, as looking for the way to create the seed that will then sprout. And of course, the summer solstices were the opposite, where the processes were exuberant, where healing was achieved through dance, jumping over fires, going into ordeals, sacrifices. But they were always joyful and party and music and so on. Whereas in the winter it was quiet. So very big differences, but to me it always points to the that balancing of energies that creates the cosmos.
It's interesting to me, Alex, as you say this, because we're just really getting out of the pandemic now, which really was a winter. It really was a time where we went internally. We did a lot of sort of processes and thinking and quiet. And certainly in New York now, it's everybody's out in the streets. So, I mean, maybe the solstice or the actual celebration is the emblem, but we've just seen it so clearly in action over the past years. And the people, Ekam in India, they've been doing a lot of fire ceremonies over the last years, just for different gifts that we might need. What struck me as Puma and you were talking is that all these gifts that we want, they're all universal. We just want to stop suffering. We want to be one with ourselves, with the world. We want to give. And I'm so beautiful 3 generations that you've given us this gift today, Jane. Thank you.
I'm very grateful to my 3 friends for giving us your gifts and sharing your wisdom. Puma, your technological skills down there are come from the ancestors. We know that, and they're manifested so beautifully today. And I'm really grateful for all 3 of you for doing this at sunrise, and for everybody who joined in and is still to come to watch this beautiful ceremony. I am incredibly grateful, and I hope to see you all again soon. It'd be great to reconnect in these ways over the years. Thank you.
Let's do another one.
Thank you, Alex. Always an honor to be with my brother. Carrying this powerful wisdom all the way from Peru in the northern lands of the eagle. My brother Alex, we're always in ceremony together. And thank you, Nadia. Your divine feminine presence is beautiful. Thank you, Jane. Happy solstice. Time to dance and jump over the fire. Do it spiritually. You are up here with me.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you, Puma.
Bye. Okay. Next time.